Hello again, rail fans. You know, I don't like to brag, but Central Florida in the wintertime, from right after Christmas to about the end of April, is just absolute paradise. Temperatures in the mid-70s in the daytime, lots of days with just clear blue skies. I mean, it is perfect rail fanning weather. So if you get the chance to come to Central Florida out here, and there's a whole bunch of Florida that's just great for rail fanning. So come on down, as we say down here. Now, lately, I've found a lot of interesting stuff on the railroads. One that I wanted to talk about is DPU, Distributed Power Units. Now, we've seen a couple of those on coal trains in the past, but CSX is starting to use them on regular freights. Caught one recently on Q441 at Panasofsky.
441 leading to 6970 southbound. Take clear Panasofsky.
Liz and I were returning from a road trip to Georgia when I heard a train call the signal at Coleman, Florida. We were right next to him on I-75, so I pulled in at Panasofsky for the shot. It was Q441, the daily Waycross to Tampa manifest freight. For a moment, it looked like Q213, a regular auto rack job to Tampa. And the reason it looks that way is because it is Q213's racks. 213 was abolished last fall and folded into 441 and 442 as part of the precision railroading program of bigger trains and fewer crews. And that made this a sizable train, better than 11,000 feet today, and all with one engine. After watching the routine freight blocks that 441 carries, came the surprise. A second locomotive shoving on the rear end, running remote control as distributed power, DPU. CSX folks tell me this makes for much better train handling on big trains. Going up and down hills, you don't have as much dragging and shoving as with all head-end power. We're going to see a lot more of this. I was shooting from the median of a massive new road project at Panasofsky, then the signal caught my eye. What? Moments after the train passed, this ABS light returned not to red or dark, but to a yellow over a flashing green. Approach limited, which indicates proceed, approaching next signal not exceeding limited speed. That's 45 miles per hour. This is weird, especially for an automatic block signal. I don't know the reason for this. It could be because of PTC or other new installations, but eventually it went dark, so I moved on. Next morning, I'm in Plant City on the A-line. This is the Salmons Road crossing. And that is local 0709, the Plant City switcher working Hardy Building Materials.
Maybe two more. Two more. One more. Yeah, half a car.
The turnout was too far down for me to get close, so after watching a few pulls and shoves, I went downtown to see if anything was happening at the Diamond. Nothing was, so I came back out to where 0709 was working a potato distributor. Fresh potatoes come in from somewhere out west on these refrigerated boxcars. These cars are similar to what Tropicana uses, each with a mechanical refrigeration unit powered by a diesel engine. This job is not on this crew's normal list of customers, but they'd finished their regular stops early today and decided to pick up this one because the customer needed the cars switched. Like most other customer switches, they must first pull out the empties, do something with them, get hold of the loads, and spot them at the customer's dock. With only 2 tracks to operate with and only 200 feet of lead out to the main line, this switch takes some planning and a solid job briefing. The empties are pulled, and now we're backing down onto the loads. Now here's a crew that knows what they're doing.
10 foot. 2, 1, good. Stretch them. They don't get no better than that.
Very nice.
The conductor then calls for 3-step protection.
Stretch 2006, let me have 3-step.
All right, you do got 3-step protection.
Walks in to lace up the air brake hoses, then slowly opens the angle cock. That's the valve that controls the airflow from one car to the next. We're working ahead of Amtrak out there on the main line. He's already left Kissimmee, so our window is closing fast. The familiar voice of Amtrak engineer D.L. Ware is already on the radio.
91, rolling over channel 8, over.
The 709 crew opted to get in the clear and wait for 91 to pass. So after about 25 minutes, here he came.
91, clear south in Cherry, over.
South End Cherry 91.
Now 709 would have some running room to get the job done.
Me two more. Two. One more.
First pulling most of the consist out on the main, making the cut
Yeah, half a car.
and pulling 3 loaded cars out. This is where it got a little fuzzy to me. They pulled out the loaded 244 car and backed it down toward the dock, but not all the way.
15 feet.
Then they came back out,
10 foot.
back down onto the 2 high cubes with another near perfect coupling,
2, 1, good.
and switched them on top of the 244 car and into position at the dock.
On the ground in the clear, take it ahead. Give me about 3 of them.
I don't know why these cars had to be shuffled, but this is a factor of being a spectator from the bleachers. It's impossible to know why everything is done without being on the inside. When they had finished all the work, I set up at Turkey Creek Road to see 709 come out on his way home. But again, he was waiting for Amtrak 91, this time coming out of Tampa.
Look good there, 709. Y'all have a good day, over.
I'm trying to.
And minutes later, 0709 comes out, locks up the switch behind them, and skedaddles into Tampa with their empty cars.
So I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed putting it together for you. Please hit the like button. That's this thing down there below. If you like the video, I'd appreciate that. And if you got any comments at all, anything at all, write them in the comments section below. I read them all. I respond to most of them. And just let me know what you think. If you like the video, stuff you like, stuff you don't like, stuff you'd like to see me do. Just anything that comes to mind, write it down there in the comments section. I'd appreciate it. I always appreciate you watching these videos, and we'll see you next time out here on the High Iron at the milepost S822 at the south end of Plant City Siding, Plant City, Florida. This is Danny Harmon.